Hey, what's up everybody? Easterly here, back for another moto vlog. Today I'm going to pretty much go over my 2019 year in the life of this car and what my plans are for it. It will be the first full year of me having this car. It'll be the first year going through all the seasons with this car. I didn't get a summertime in this car, mainly just fall and winter. So the basis of what I want to do this year is kind of make the car more reliable. I have the 105,000 mile service coming up within the next couple months, and when I do that, I'm going to have to change some parts out that I won't have to change out for another 100,000 miles, hopefully, because if those things break, the car kind of breaks, and I don't want that to happen. While that service is happening, I plan on doing a lot more to the car if the funds kind of are there for it. I'd like to add an air oil separator. The reason for that is just to keep oil out of the air ducts and keep oil like where it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be extra of it getting into the pistons. You're supposed to have enough to create the spark to drive the car, but you don't want too much, and the air oil separator keeps that oil out of the intake. What I need is to have less oil where it doesn't need to be. When it comes to that, I'm going to talk to the mechanic about what else I can do to make this car last for another, say, 200,000 miles. I plan on keeping this car as long as possible and driving it as long as possible. Once it's paid off, I'll probably wind up getting more of a daily driver than this car, and once I do that, I can start actually modifying the car to make it a lot more powerful. Bigger injectors, maybe go ethanol, decide really what I want to do with the suspension. Southeast PA isn't great for rallying a car, but there is places around this area that I could go to do some off-roading. Once I have everything I want to do to this car, I can decide, hey, do I want to just get a little beater car for driving to work that just gets better mileage, or do I want another maybe just go for an Impreza that still has all-wheel drive, and maybe I can make that into a sporty little naturally aspirated car. Do I want a good weather car that's kind of still a beater, like a coupe or something that is mainly for commuting, still gets good gas mileage, but I can still do some work to it to make it fast and have fun on the track? I don't know, but I can't really do that if this car isn't reliable and lasting to even make that financially worth it. The things I absolutely need to do this year, besides that service, and a lot of people say I don't need to do it, that's more of a want, but I kind of feel like it's a need, is doing some autocross events with the car, and that is mainly just so I can understand the car better. It's something I think everybody needs to do, just like how people need to pass their driver training course to get their license. People need to start doing autocross events with their cars, with their stock-based cars that they're driving, as long as it's safe to do it. Because a lot of people don't really know how to handle their car in bad situations. If it's snowing out and your rear tires drift out, you should know how to not freak out and put your car into a cement barrier or crash into another car. If you're going fast and a car slams on its brakes in front of you, you should know what it feels like to really have your car brake hard, because some people don't know what ABS feels like. They slam on the brake and the ABS kicks in and they feel that jerking and they let go and they wind up crashing because of it. People should be doing things that take their cars to the extreme so they know what it feels like, but they should do it in a controlled environment, and that's where autocross comes into play. So that's something I feel like I need to do in order to really understand this car. It's the most powerful car I've ever had. It's the first standard transmission car I've ever had. It's something that makes me feel more comfortable. I did it all the time with my motorcycle in controlled environments. It's empty parking lots where there's nobody else around to give injuries or hurt anybody else but myself. Locking up the brakes, slamming on the brakes to know what an emergency stop feels like, trying to get my rear wheel to come off the ground a bit if I use too much front brake, stuff like that. And it saves me a lot in regular traffic where people do stupid stuff and I have to emergency brake and the rear tire locks up, and I didn't feel too scared or uncomfortable letting that happen, fishtailing a bit and really stopping my motorcycle in time. So I feel like I can do that in a controlled environment in autocross, and that really kind of gets me in the handling aspect of the car as well. If the finances are right, I plan on doing a couple more power mods to the car that will be useful if I decide to lift it. And if I don't decide to lift it, it's just extra power for the car in case I need it. I don't really get on the car too much. I don't launch it a bunch of times. I don't drive over 100 miles an hour all the time. I've done it in the car to see how the car handles, to know what it feels like, to understand the car, to see what the telemetrics are of the car on the access port, so that if I am at that, I know what everything sounds like normally. I know that all the ratios are correct, the air-fuel ratio, the dam, the knock. I know that everything is good on this car at those speeds. I don't go up to those speeds much, so I know that if I do and something's off, I'm more likely to understand, hey, this doesn't feel right. So if I wind up having enough money to make more power, I will. If I have enough money to throw a good set of summer tires on my extra set of wheels, I will. That could be up to like $400. That $400 could wind up being used for other stuff, either again to make the car more reliable, or some other projects I feel like doing, or stuff that I might have to do around my house as a new homeowner. Pretty much, aka the responsible thing to do with the money. That's just where I'm at now with it. That's kind of my 2019 plan. Like I said, learn the car, make it reliable. There's many things I can do for that. I don't know the exact steps I'm going to do besides the short term with the service and hopefully putting in the air oil separator. Maybe some better brake lines or clutch lines. Maybe a new fuel pump. I kind of feel like there's something in this car that's a little off, that's kind of...
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
It's kind of messing up my miles per gallon. I don't feel like I'm getting the true, what's the term here? Efficiency out of the car, fuel efficiency. Hopefully I can raise that a little bit and save a little bit of money. If and when I get the car tuned, which I was hoping to do this year, I'll talk to the tuner and say, hey, I know 93 makes the best power in terms of octane for the fuel. Maybe I should go 91 and see what my car makes on that. And if I really need to on a road trip or something, I can always just run a 91 octane tune. Because I know that that's more available places, but I'll usually put 93 in it, which would mean the car kind of runs a little bit better because it'll just be a bit safer in general. I don't know. I'll talk to the mechanic and the tuner about that and see what's best. I don't want to have a 93 tune and go on a road trip and find out, hey, there's no 93 octane fuel around here. It's not that common. What am I going to do? I don't want to be stuck in that position. And then my overall goal of 2019 is to not get in another car accident. Seems to be the way my life goes. Every year or two, getting hit by a car. It's not fun. I wouldn't recommend it. It's painful. So yeah, that's kind of just the hopeful plan. Like I said, the service is going to happen whether or not I get all the mods that I want to do during that service done. I don't know. It's going to depend on how much time it's going to take, how much money it's going to take, and what the mechanic feels comfortable with doing and what his suggestions are. There's a lot of stuff I planned on letting him do that I think I might be able to do myself, which will save money. There's things I'd be more comfortable with him doing that would save a lot of time, and I know it's going to get done right. And there's other pieces that need to get done at the same time that I might as well just have him do it, because he's already going to be in that spot to do it. So we'll see how that all turns out. Well, I'm getting into the thicker part of traffic here. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. And if you did dislike it, that's okay. But please let me know in the comments down below why, so I can make this channel better for both you and me. I'm going to be trying to make these videos a lot more often. Hopefully, if I get enough talking points, I can make a couple videos a day so I can keep putting them out during the weeks and get back into the swing of things with this. I need to be around the other people that I was around originally. Sucks because I moved further away from everybody I hung out with, so I'm not around them as much, but you'll see a lot more nice weather videos with me and 77 TikTok, me and some friends that are going to be doing the works on this car, me and some new friends that got Subarus that we're going to kind of, you'll see a little head-to-head action there. And I'm going to put a link in the description for a new Instagram that me and 77 TikTok are doing. He got his first car, so we're kind of doing the mod battle here. It's not going too great for either of us right now because it's kind of just that tight time of the year. But we're working on it. We're working on making a fun little Instagram to kind of show the progression of both of our cars and what we plan on doing with them in the long term. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.